In the previous tutorial, we had a look at how to link the layers up by using parenting. And now we'll have a look at how to animate them. So let me zoom into the base here. And I'll just pan up. I'll get my normal selection tool. What I want to do now is to select this layer, which is arm 1. And as I rotate this layer by pressing R and then revealing the rotation, and let me zoom out temporarily. As I rotate this layer, you see all of them should rotate except for these two. I can see that these aren't linked to the rest of the chain. So let me press Command Z. I must have forgotten to link the gray one to the rest of the chain. So I'm going to select the gray one and I'll scroll up. And I can see actually here that the parenting isn't set. So I'm going to go to where it says none and I'll link this one to left extension 1. There we go. If I now scroll down, if I rotate this, all of the layers should follow suit. Now let's select all these layers except the base. And I'm going to press R to see the rotation values of every single one of them. Let me make a bit more space here for the timeline. Like that. What I want to do now is to rotate arm 1 from left to right. So I'm going to select it first and then go to rotation. And maybe we'll start it like that. And while arm 1 is at this stage, I want arm 2, this one, to be rotated in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go and rotate this towards here, which in return, of course, it's going to rotate everything that's linked to it. Then I'm going to select arm 3, which is this one. And I'm going to go rotate this up that way a little bit maybe. And I can select arm 2 again. And then maybe rotate this down a little more. And then maybe arm 4, which is this kind of main connector here. I'll then rotate this down so it's kind of pointing down, so it's folded. And then maybe I can then rotate the extensions as well. So if I rotate this towards left, like that. And I'm also going to rotate this layer towards here, like that. What I'm going to do now is at this stage, I'm going to go and keyframe every single one of these properties. So I'll select the top layer. I'll scroll down, select the last layer, but not the base because I don't want the base to do anything. Then I'm going to keyframe 1. And because they're all selected, they all get keyframed at the same time. I'll then move forward by 10 frames. And I'll do that by pressing Shift Page Down. And then I'll click Outside. And I'll go to my arm 1 and rotate it towards right. And as arm 1 rotates, I'm going to take arm 2 and I'll rotate it in the opposite direction, like that. And as that rotates, maybe I'll take arm 3 and rotate it in this direction. And then arm 4, I'll rotate it like that maybe. And then I can tweak the extensions as well. So if I go to my right extension, I can then rotate it down. And then the left extension, I can rotate it that way. Now I didn't need to create keyframes for these actually because I didn't need to animate them. But it won't hurt. So if I just go back and play it, this is the animation we should have now. And let's say when they come back up, I want this arm to continue rotating. So I'm going to go to rotation and increase this even more, like that. And then I'll go to arm 2 and rotate it backwards like that, so it extends up. And then maybe I'll go to my arm 4. I'm going to leave arm 3 alone. I'm going to go to arm 4, and I'll just rotate it towards here, like that. If I now play it, there we go. This entire animation was made possible thanks to parenting. Parenting allowed us to link layers up to each other, so that when we rotated the first one, the second one followed it, and then the third one followed the second one, and then the fourth one followed the third one, and so on. And finally, what I want to do is to take the base and just move it. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, somewhere here. I'll press P on the base to open up the position. And I'll move it left first like this. Maybe hold down the Shift key so it's a straight move. Then we'll keyframe position, and then we'll go forward, and then move the base towards right, like that. So if I play it again, as the base moves, everything will follow it, because they're all connected to the base through the first arm.